Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I've got for you an air fryer video with 3 really simple Christmas canapes. Things that you could put out for a Christmas buffet or a gathering if you're having family over. Or if you're invited anywhere and you want to take something with you. These are super simple. All 3 are done in the air fryer and they all taste absolutely amazing. So if you do like your air fryer videos, this is the place to come. I've got a lot planned for the new year. But for now, let's go and have a look at these Christmassy recipes. Okay, so this recipe you need to try. It changes the texture of the Oreos so much and they're so good, they go really soft. So we're gonna use our ready rolled puff pastry and a pack of Oreos. I've got these festive ones because it's Christmas and I thought the red and green would look really good. So this is all you're gonna need, plus I'm gonna dust them in a little bit of icing sugar and spray the top of them with a little bit of oil. So first thing I'm going to do is roll out my pastry. These would be perfect for Christmas Eve or if you're having people over for like a Christmas gathering, nibbles. So I'm going to try and make 8 out of this. So what I'm going to do, I'm using a pizza cutter and I'm going to go roughly in half and then in half this way. About right. That's really bad. And then in half again. This is just so simple. So I've got 8 squares out of that one. Got the green Oreos. We've got your plain white Oreos. And we've got the red. These are actually all vanilla flavour. They're just coloured. So I'm going to do some green and some red because it's Christmas. So I'm just going to pop one in the centre. I'll do 4 green and 4 red. They're like Grinch cookies. They're so cool. So all we're going to do now is just kind of wrap them up a bit like a parcel. I'm really bad at wrapping. You can tell. I'm just gonna go over, over that way, and over that way. Just make sure they're all tucked right in. So now we've got our parcels all wrapped up. We're going to pop them in the air fryer and I'm going to put them on 180 for 20 minutes. So I'm using a reusable air fryer liner in mine because it saves the sticking and it saves any mess. Leave some space in between them. And then all I'm going to do is give each one spray of spray oil. And then they're going to go in at 180 for 20 minutes. So this is what they look like when they come out of the air fryer. I have let them cool down a bit, but they're really cute little parcels. They look like little kind of, I don't know, parcels, like little crowns. And then when you cut them open, you can see the puff pastry and the Oreo inside. They just look so good. You may notice that there aren't quite as many as I put in because the kids have definitely been sampling them. I'm gonna cut another one open and see if I can get a red one because I didn't keep track of which was which, but I just think they look so good. And I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of icing sugar. I'm wondering if we cut open one more, whether we're gonna get. Do we think it's gonna be a red one? Come on. Oh no, it's another green. I really need a red one. Oh seriously? Another green? No way. Come on. Don't tell me the boys have eaten. Way, we got a red one. I think they look so good. I love it. The one other thing I wanted to add is to let them cool before cutting them. If you try and cut them when they've just come straight out, then you kind of squash the Oreo and the pastry and it all smushes together, if that makes sense. You want to leave them so they cool and the Oreos harden up a bit and you get this lovely like coloured line, or if you're using plain ones you get like the white line. If you cut them when they're still hot, they flatten, the filling oozes and the pastry sticks together and they're not as nice. So this is one I cut immediately coming out of the air fryer. You can see the filling oozed out and the pastry kind of clumped, and then when you leave them you get the lovely, put them next to each other. Both cooked for exactly the same time. One was cut when it was still hot and the other one was left too cool. So just a little tip there if you're going to put them out like I have. So no prizes for guessing what we're making next. It's another really good party appetizer, and we're going to do pigs in blankets with a difference. So I've got some cocktail sausages, these are just frozen ones. I've got some streaky bacon, some sesame seeds, or you could use like black onion seeds. I've got 1 egg, 1 package of ready rolled puff pastry, and then whatever condiments you like with your pigs in blankets. So I'm going to do half with cranberry sauce and half with English mustard. You could use Dijon mustard, you could put ketchup in them. So first things first, I'm going to cut my bacon because we don't need a whole slice per sausage. So I'm just going to cut each one in half, and then once we've done that, to all of the pieces of bacon, we are going. So obviously I'm going to do it in bigger chunks. I just wanted to show you the size we were going for. Just roughly in half. Next up, I'm just going to roll out my pastry. I've left this out of the fridge for 15 minutes to come to room temperature. What I'm going to do now is beat my egg and then brush it over the top of this. Brush my pastry. This will just help it stick. So what I'm going to do now is cut my pastry, and I want each slice to be around the size of the bacon. So I'm going to kind of use that as a template. So we're going to cut along, and it's really easy if you use a pizza cutter rather than a knife because it doesn't drag it. And then we're going to cut all the way down the middle. I've done that really wonky again. These are tiny and this is massive. But yeah, you could measure if you want. So I'm just going to put mustard on half of my pastry, and I'm going to put cranberry on the other half. So the next thing we're going to do is just get 1 slice of bacon, 1 sausage, and we're just going to wrap our little pig in its blanket. Just like that. That one's massive. The rest of them will be slightly smaller. And once you get to the end, you just want to press down along the seam and pop it like that. Okay, now we're just going to brush our egg over our sausage rolls. And then we're just going to pop these in the air fryer at 190 degrees for 25 minutes. And this is where we sprinkle a few sesame seeds over the top. So you want to leave a little bit of space in between each one, and we're going to go with 190 degrees for 25 minutes. So I'm going to stop these there at 24 minutes because I think they're done. They don't need any longer. It just depends how quickly your air fryer gets hot. Just keep an eye on them around the 20-minute mark and then just judge. I think they look lovely and golden brown. So I'm going to let them cool a tiny bit, pop them on a plate and show you properly. So here they are, I've just popped them on a little tray. I'm really pleased with how they've turned out. I've never thought of doing sausage rolls in the air fryer. You've got your sausage, your smoked bacon, sticky cranberry, lovely puff pastry, and the sesame seeds, just set them off. You could arrange these on a tray around a big dip of like cranberry sauce or something really nice, or even gravy. I think they're perfect for this time of year, and they're really cheap to make as well. So I have actually cut one in half to show you the inside. You can see inside the sausage is cooked, the bacon's gone nice and crispy, and you've got your layer of mustard or cranberry sauce. Pigs in blankets in another blanket. I'm not quite sure what they're called. So for this recipe we are going to be using some rosemary. I've just been out and picked this from my garden. We're going to be using some brie, cranberry sauce, walnuts and puff pastry. So I'm actually going to be using these silicone muffin cases to make my brie, cranberry and walnut bites. This one got left in the oven once. It fell down the back. When I fished it out it changed colour. So or this would work, or a mini muffin pan that will fit in your air fryer, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use these. So the first thing we could do is roll out our pastry. Again, I've left it out of the fridge for around 10 minutes before I started. With my brie as well, this has been in the freezer for the last 15 minutes. It just makes it a little bit easier to cut. I'm actually going to use a cookie cutter, and I'm just going to cut out 8 circles. So the next thing I'm going to do is just cut up my brie into squares. You can leave the rind on. By the way, if you have noticed that there is yellow all over the cuffs of my jumper, it has been washed. I have been obviously made the sausage rolls and I got yellow mustard all over my white jumper. We're just going to try and cut this into cubes. Okay, so I'm going to get my little muffin cases and I'm just going to spray each one with a little bit of oil. Okay, and then we're just going to take one piece of pastry, just going to pop it in the bottom of each of our cases. I'm going to pop it with cranberry sauce into the bottom of each one. You could do this with, this goes really well with apricot jam as well, if you don't like cranberry sauce. On top of that, we're just going to put one piece of brie in each one. How big you have your brie obviously depends how big you're going to have your cases. I've just kept mine a little bit smaller than the pastry case. So I'm going to put these in now on 190 degrees for 15 minutes. So I gave them 15 minutes in the end and just popped them out of their cases when they'd cooled down a little bit. But while they're still warm, I pressed a walnut and some rosemary into the top of each one. The sweetness of the cranberry with the sticky brie and the really fresh rosemary just goes amazingly. I will cut one open to show you, but I have sampled one, and if you are a brie lover, you have to make these. Plus, I think they look really pretty. They're like really nice colours. So this is what they look like inside. You've got your melty brie, your walnut, your cranberry sauce, really puff pastry. So they are really, really nice. I'll do a little shot of them all together. I just think they look so festive with the light sparkling in the background. I love the red and green Oreos. I think that is genius. Oh, it's like having a little party tonight. We have our own little family Christmas party, all done in the air fryer. So that is it for this video, and actually for this year. I can't believe I'm saying that. It's so strange to be saying that. This is my last video of 2022. I just want to say thank you so much to all my old subscribers and new, everyone who's joined my channel, everybody who's liked, commented, messaged me and just watched my videos. It really does mean a lot, and I say it every time that if it wasn't for you guys there wouldn't be a channel. I love the community I've built on here, and I just want to say that I hope everyone has a really lovely Christmas, and I hope that everyone manages to do what's really important and spend some time with the ones they love, because let's face it, that's what Christmas is all about, and I for one cannot wait. So I will be back in the new year with loads more content. I've got so much planned. So if you're not already subscribed, please make sure to do so. I would love to have you here, and leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. I will see you really, really soon. Have a lovely Christmas and take care everyone.